Totally had it.
Oh my gosh.
I went up there. I mean, we had been chatting for a while. And I went up there and she basically ghosted a couple of hours before we were supposed to meet. Didn't respond to anything. But I was up there and I was like, man, you know what? This is the nicest hotel. It was right on the beach in like Laguna Beach. And I'm like, this is the nicest hotel I've had in a long time.
So you guys had texted back and forth. Had you ever video chatted?
I don't think we did.
You don't even know if it was really a woman or not.
I don't know if this was so much a scammer or just somebody that just got cold feet.
Yeah, I'd sent them quite a bit of DoorDash. Yeah. And it was always meals for 2 people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a scammer.
Yeah. Okay.
One of my best learning experiences.
Well,
that I will not give anything until we meet in person.
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the #1 sugar dating podcast in Uganda and the rest of the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad. And Lily, I mean, just looking at your face, I almost couldn't continue.
The early.
We're
the early birds today.
No, but we're talking about the shocking stories of sugar dating.
It's shockingly early for me to be out and about.
You know, usually we don't record until the afternoon, but we've got an early guest today. So,
yes, we made a special concession and scheduled early because we have a guest from out of town who's flying out this afternoon, I believe.
Driving.
Oh,
home.
driving.
Yeah, so we had a guest in town. We'll get to him in just a minute. Thanks, Lily, for bringing him in prematurely.
That's what I do.
That's okay. We're just flying off the cuff. So, what is going on with the Patreon?
It's like wildfire.
It's really taking off. It's caught me by surprise. This thing has taken a life of its own. We got people planning to meet each other now on there. Like, we're playing matchmaker, I guess, now on Patreon during the chat.
It's a perk.
Yeah, it's one of the perks. So what we've done is we've started this, and we talk about this every episode, but it's just getting better and better, is we've started this fun little community on Patreon, and you can become a free member. You know, there's a few things you can see, but the basic membership is $10 a month, and you get so much for that. We have a poll going right now, so I actually want you to go. Now, by the time this episode comes out, the poll may be closing, but go ahead and go on there, because we've identified a party I'm about ready to pull the trigger on, but it's kind of in the heat of the summer. So I put a poll out there, and I want to know your thoughts on it. If you're a free member or paid member, everybody can vote on it.
Oh, people do not care that it's going to be 1,000 degrees in Phoenix.
I know. I'm like, guys,
they're ready to come party.
It's going to be between like 108 to 118. So far, we do have some people that said, no, my eyelashes will melt. That's one of the options.
Actually, they said, I don't care if my eyelashes melt.
And then we've had quite a few people vote.
Nothing could stop me.
Yeah. So we want your opinion on that. Go and vote. I've got a couple other locations that we are considering, but this one is the front runner. So I want to get your opinion on if you would come to Phoenix, Arizona in August. You know what? We live here all summer. We're not dying. People aren't dying. It's just hot.
I'm dying when I'm outside.
Well, you say you're dying, but
it feels like death.
It's very hot. But it's all indoor activities.
That's absolutely true.
The concert's indoor. We have a pool. You guys have a pool, depending on where we hold the pre-party. Everything will be from one air conditioning spot to another air conditioning spot.
Yes.
So it wouldn't be too bad. So I think we're probably going to pull the trigger. But the other issue is it's a little pricey, and I don't want to charge my sugar daddies too much, but I'm trying to negotiate with Chase Field is where the event's happening, and these tickets are just a little pricey. But we got 3 rock and roll Hall of Fame bands performing together.
You know what's really funny about that?
What?
So Trucker's working on finishing up some renovations at our new place, and he's got the radio on because he loves to listen to the radio, and they advertise that concert is coming.
Yeah.
And his reaction is, oh, Marcus is definitely going to want to go to that. And I said, did I not tell you that that's what we're considering for the next party? He's like, no. I was like, that's funny.
Yeah, he'd be all about that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So go vote on our poll. We'd love for you to become a VIP supporter of the show, only $10 a month. And we do have a couple other options, some upper tiers you can buy into. And we've got quite a few people doing that.
You know who also is fired up about these parties?
Who's that?
Short King. He messaged me yesterday and he's like,
I'll tell you what.
let's do a winter party in Chicago. I have so many ideas. This is backwards. We're doing a party in Arizona in the summer
Right.
and Chicago in the winter.
Besides coming to party with the cast and crew of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, it is worth it to come party with Short King.
Oh, God. He is the life of everything.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
I haven't.
Yeah,
If you
it's quite
aren't
a
on the
spectacle.
Patreon, it's worth just joining.
There you go.
Because he put a video montage of his shenanigans, and it is great.
Yeah. So if you're a member of our VIP tier of the Patreon, you'll get to see that video. We just posted it a few days ago, and it's it's got quite the comments and shock and awe.
Nobody parties like Short King.
All right. So we have a link to our Patreon group at the bottom of this description. And it's also on our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. It's at the very top. Very easy to find. So we'd love to have you there. And what else is going on, Lily?
Nothing. We have a guest we need to get to.
Let's get to our guest. So I guess our guest is from California.
That's right.
And we are going to call him Andy the To-Do Guy. And we have a lot to talk about because is it Andy the To-Do Guy or the Fix-It
How-to guy?
The How-To Guy.
How to do this.
Well, I fucked that
and
up,
how
didn't I?
to do that. And today he's going to tell us how to be a California sugar daddy.
All right. So, Andy, I don't know much about you. We just came in flying off the cuff.
Yep.
What are you doing in Arizona?
Well, I went on a personal solo retreat up to Sedona.
Oh, nice. How'd you like it?
It was wonderful.
You been there before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was my fourth trip out, second solo retreat, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
And retreat, what do you mean by that?
Oh, man, I got this guy that I go see, and he did some breathwork session with me. He did a sound healing with me.
Really?
I'm crying, I'm yelling, we're hiking.
Any hallucinogenic drugs involved in this?
No, I have found hallucinating through breathwork.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've never found it necessary to take any of that stuff.
It almost sounds like what Kevin went through, except he did the...
Ayahuasca?
Yeah, the ayahuasca.
Yeah.
But is it similar
Yeah.
to that?
Yeah, I mean, you're more in control. You could stop your breath at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and come back. Ayahuasca is you wait till Mother Ayahuasca is
Yeah.
done with you.
Oh, yeah. That terrifies me.
All right.
I'm really susceptible to stuff like that. I think I would freak out. Absolutely. You know, do you remember Kimmy went on a spiritual retreat up there? Remember she camped by herself
Yeah.
and went hiking with that guy?
Might have been the same guy.
Did some soul searching?
He takes people out into a cave out in Sedona and leaves them up there for a day.
Really?
Comes back, checks on them. Maybe they need another day till they've had some sort of experience.
And how was it for you?
I did do the cave,
Okay.
but everything else I've done has, well, one has brought me down from suicide 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Brought me right back into reality and just connection. And this time it was just reconnecting.
Okay.
Yeah. And staying in it because I run my own retreats out in California. So I do one a year. And then I try to come out here and do my own little thing.
All right. Well, glad you're here. Glad you're in person in our studio. We'll do a Zoom interview anytime, and sometimes they sound great, but it's always better in person. And
Yeah.
so, what'd you think of the studio?
Amazing.
Is it what you thought it was going to be?
When I walked in, no, I thought we were going to be in a glass case.
Yeah, there's two parts of it. No, we kind of sneak back here in our own little comfortable room. Yeah. So, how did you find the podcast? How'd you know about us?
I believe I just Googled.
Yeah.
You know, because a friend turned me on to Seeking, and I was kind of lost in what he was doing and what I was kind of searching for. Yeah, I just kind of Googled, sugar daddy information.
Okay. And we popped up?
And something popped up like this and started listening. And
That's cool.
So how long have you been a sugar daddy? Or how long have you been on Seeking?
I've been on Seeking since October.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a newbie.
You're very new.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's start back in the beginning so we can get a baseline of where you came from. You were married, kids.
My first daughter was born when I was 17 years old.
Really?
Yes,
Were
sir.
you already married?
No, we never got married. First relationship,
Okay.
never got married.
Gotcha.
Tried it again, got married.
Tried it again?
Got married again, had some more kids.
So, well, okay, wait a
And that
minute.
didn't work out.
All right, wait. So you married the mother of the children.
We never, no, I'm sorry.
no,
we never got married.
You never got
but
married.
we tried to play the family.
Okay.
I was a drug addict back then.
Oh, you were. Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Okay.
Recovery started, and then I got married again.
Okay.
Had another daughter
Oh, okay. To a different lady?
to a different lady.
Gotcha.
That didn't work out.
Obviously, yeah. Yeah. And how long were you married to her?
Got married again.
I see a pattern going
This
on,
is starting
Lily.
to sound familiar.
Yeah.
Except I was never a drug addict. Maybe if I had been, I could have tolerated these men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back to the issues with the drugs. How long did you battle that?
I probably started when I was like 15 years old.
Just hanging out with the wrong people?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was a criminal, stealing cars and hanging
Really?
around, murderers, really, and some bad people.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
was your mom and dad in the home?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So what led you down this path?
Curiosity, I think, more than anything.
Yeah.
Not feeling a part of, and gangs will accept you pretty well. If you'll fight and shoot and steal, and
This is in California, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah. So you made it out alive.
yes,
Luckily, I'm sure you had friends who didn't.
correct,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a dead end road. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you finally break free of that?
Recovery,
Yeah, but like how? What led you to it?
losing my kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at 24 years old, I lost custody of my kids.
Okay.
I was directed to go try some recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Were you receptive to that? Were you ready for the change?
I'm more of the shape-shifting follower. I want you to kind of see me as the good guy doing the right thing. Mm-hmm. And so that would led me in there. And then, through doing 12 steps and everything like that, that miracle just happened on its fucking own,
Really?
completely on its own.
And you've never relapsed since?
Nope.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Cold turkey.
Still heavy in the community, and helping others and doing
That's
all that
great.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay. And then how did you launch your career? Because you were battling a lot of issues.
Yeah. So
It's hard to have a
there
good
was
career.
There was no career launching at that time.
Yeah.
I was selling cars and then mortgages. I was part of those guys selling those loans, the no income, no assets,
So I was selling homes at the time. Mm-hmm. You talking about those type of loans when people were getting those to buy homes?
Yep.
I loved those loans
Yeah.
because people are buying homes. This is back in 2005, 6, right? 7. Yeah. I'm selling homes to people. I know they can't even make the first mortgage payment.
Yeah.
But I don't care because I'm buying a home for, at that time was like 120, 130, selling it for 220, 250 without hardly doing much to it.
Yeah.
And then years later, I look back at all the homes I sold and like 80% of them went into default and auction.
Yeah. We were doing the less than interest loans. I
Yeah.
remember doing that one.
That was a crazy time.
And I just fell out of the mortgage business.
Yeah.
Just quit and started back in the trades, trying to learn plumbing and stuff like that. And then actually I bought my business from my dad 15 years ago.
Okay.
So that's how to.
Now you're the how-to guy. You're pretty handy. You know how to just dive in and try to fix things.
Oh, I love that. It's so sexy. A guy that can fix things, a guy with skills. Love it.
My ex-wife always said, if you can't find them handsome, at least find them handy.
That's right.
But then she would say, yeah, but you're both. I was walking through the living room one time with the drill gun in my hand because I was going to go hang some photos or fix something. And she's like, oh, you know how sexy that is? Right, Lily?
It's hot. Yesterday, Trucker was working with his shirt off. I'm like, what are you doing? You're not going to get much accomplished today, are you?
All right. So you're pretty handy. And then that's what you do today for a living?
That's basically what I do for a living today.
Okay. It must be a pretty good business to be in the sugar lifestyle.
It's decent.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. For San Diego, maybe not as decent as some, but it pays the bills. And I have, more than some left over. I think more than anything was during the pandemic and right after my divorce and separation, the strange thing happened for me, and that was investing.
Okay.
And so a friend of mine was playing with crypto around that time. And
When was this?
about 5 years ago.
Oh, when
Yeah.
crypto hadn't really rocketed yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I just started playing with it, taking money that I could and didn't care about. Bought one just off of a little bit of research, not knowing really anything.
You bought one, what? Bitcoin?
Sandbox.
Sandbox.
Because it was based on basically like Minecraft.
Oh.
Not Minecraft specifically, but it was a virtual world.
Okay.
I just put some money in there, and next thing I know, 1,000x'd.
Wow.
And I had more money than I ever, and without doing anything but buying this thing. Mm-hmm. I'd never done investing before.
So how much did you buy it for back then?
I don't remember the numbers.
Yeah.
But it was 1,000x.
Yeah.
And yes, it crashed a couple of years later, but I'd already moved it into a cash. Yeah.
Well, good for you. That was good timing.
Yeah. And it happened again with, I think it was Shiba Inu.
Yeah.
Was another one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That I was just like, I'm going to hit that.
Super cheap.
And then same thing, like 500x.
Yeah. Well, you got lucky. You're like, I didn't really know anything about it. Put some money in here, 500 times my investment, cash out. Bam, I'm a genius.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't get too cocky though, because I did pull out.
Yeah.
My friend kind of scared me with some things, pulled out and just went into the traditional stocks and ETFs and stuff like that. And still have had, NVIDIA, however many couple of years ago.
Okay.
I put most of it in there and I didn't even think twice about it. And
In where?
NVIDIA,
Oh,
the
gotcha.
chip maker company, and that 200%.
Wow.
Something crazy like that.
There you go.
Man.
Okay, so you said you have grandchildren. You're 47, right?
47, I have 5 grandkids.
5 grandchildren.
Yes.
How's that feel?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
It's
you
fun.
Huh?
Grandkids are so fun.
Yeah. Now, are you in good terms with your children?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been amazing to have those daughters. They both live
All girls?
in Texas. 3 girls, 1 boy.
Is your children? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
And the grandkids are, I think we have 4 boys, 1 girl right now.
Yeah.
And the grandkids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, very good. So what led them to Texas?
Oldest daughter's husband was in the military and got stationed out there.
Okay.
And then my youngest daughter, her mom moved out there when she was a freshman in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I kind of cut my teeth and that's grew up there. So it's a big state. A lot of people from California are migrating there.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I saw an article like the fastest 10 growing cities in America, like 4 or 5 of them are Texas.
Really?
Yeah. And then I think we had Gilbert Chandler here in Arizona was one of the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is no surprise. But okay, back to sugar dating. So after your divorce, separation, you're divorced, right? Or
Yeah.
separate? Okay.
Divorce.
How's things going? How are you finding women to date?
After my divorce,
Yeah. Or were you doing it during your marriage?
I wasn't doing it during my marriage. We've been apart for like 6 years now, almost. But that was real sticky.
What do you mean?
We kept on sleeping together.
Okay.
We kept on trying to reconnect.
Oh.
And it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
Still hasn't happened. I talked to her this morning, though.
Well, it's good that you can remain friends, especially if you've got grandkids involved.
It's not so much friendly. It's still sticky. We're
Yeah.
still pushing each other's buttons in kind of a negative way.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So during that divorce, I was trying to just hook up through Tinder and all this other stuff because I didn't really want a relationship
Right.
with everything that I have already. I have these grandkids. I have these daughters.
Yeah. It'd be nice to go out, have a good time with somebody, but you weren't looking to get involved seriously.
And those conversations always ended with a couple of months down the road. What are we doing here?
Where do you see us in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years?
Going
It's like
to-
a job interview.
Yeah. And so I kind of understood that it was, stay away from it. So I started paying, going on these websites to find escorts.
Okay, you did the escort thing. I think Short King did that.
Did he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He talked about doing
right.
the escorts.
Yeah, I think he did. Mm-hmm. And then one night I got robbed.
Ooh, what happened?
We met up at the hotel, right? And I go in, and she's pretty cool or whatever, and gave her the money. And she's like, can we step out? Because I got to get a charger at the store's right there for her phone. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I don't have a charger for your phone, so let's go. And we go over to the little store, and then I get the charger, and we walk out of the store, and she's like, okay, but you just need to stand right here and wait. Because there's some people coming, because the website you're looking at is under investigation. Just freaked me out, right? Like, oh, crap, I'm going to jail.
What?
And so
I can't even imagine what I would be thinking right then and there.
heart pumping, you know.
Oh, I know.
All that stuff's going on. And I'm just like, fuck you. And I run back to the room, grab my shit, get in my truck, and, you know, start driving away and calling some people. Hey, what just what happened? I don't know what happened. I think they're after me or whatever. And my one buddy was just like, you got robbed. It's like, shit.
Yeah.
And so one of the guys that I told was talking to him about it. He's like, why don't you see me tomorrow morning and we'll talk? And he introduced me to Seeking.
Okay. And what did he say about it?
Well, the way that he does it, I wasn't really excited about.
How does he do it?
Yeah.
For a long time, years, he's been finding 19-year-olds and basically just making the business venture of bringing them to OF.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah. And I wasn't interested in being with a 19-year-old, really. He'd met some other women off of it, of course, that he'd had relationships with. So he was kind of coaching me, sending out messages for me, kind of controlling the account for the most part. And
so he was responding to the girls and messaging them for you?
he just started out the initial messaging.
Oh, okay.
And then we met again and had a conversation. And I kind of told him we're not on the same page.
Oh.
I'm going to do this my way.
You know what? That kind of reminds me of Katie and Rachel. You could tell. Because she was doing it. So Katie would message the men a certain way and like, no, you can't. You need to do it this way. You know.
mean Rachel.
And she's like,
Yeah.
She's like, I don't speak to people like that, though. It's not my style.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because Rachel's more like cutthroat, aggressive.
Yeah.
And Katie's sweet.
Right.
I have manners. I'm not going to do that.
Do you like hiking? Do you like going on trips? Blah, 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 you know? And then Rachel's like, more like, what are you offering?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. That's how it started. And I started to get some responses. You know, first one was a younger girl in Texas because I was getting a trip to Texas. So I'm like, I'm going to look in Texas.
Oh.
And connected with this younger girl in Texas. And we just FaceTimed a little bit.
Okay.
You know, sent her a DoorDash, like a Burger King DoorDash, right?
Really?
Is what she wanted. And then...
I've never done that.
That's different.
That is different. That's a gift in a way, a pre-gift.
Yeah. Well, one of my best stories was the sugar daddy that I met in the wild. And then I ended up staying over and he sent me home in the morning in an Uber Black. And then he sent me breakfast.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
cool.
thought that was super thoughtful.
So you sent her a Burger King.
That's what she wanted, a Burger King and then a Chick-fil-A.
Both of those I indulge in.
Another one, we never met, you know. We never met in person. It just never worked out.
Okay.
But
you weren't out too much.
Yeah.
You didn't invest.
We did
too
our
much.
favorite thing. We had some good chats and some video sex.
Oh, you had video sex.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now that, I don't think I've ever gotten to that
Now
point on FaceTime.
she did that just for Burger King and Chick-fil-A? Was there more compensation?
It was kind of strange because she was younger than what I would usually talk to.
How old was she? Do you remember?
I don't remember. Maybe 21, 22.
How did it feel to be talking to a girl younger than your daughters?
That wasn't the biggest. No, not really. I mean, I think I would be able to kind of tell if I was taking real advantage of somebody and making them uncomfortable. And so I was in the bathroom, I think getting ready to take a shower, and I had the video on, and she made a face of just like, ooh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool, here we go. Like she thinks I'm good looking, even though there's a 20-something-year-old age gap.
I know that's shocking. Even to me to this day, I think it's shocking.
Yeah.
But.
And then that's how that happened.
Okay.
You know, video sex.
Well, that's fun.
And then the next one was a scammer.
What was this scam?
Well, I did the DoorDash thing with her, right? She sent me some sexy pics.
Oh.
And I hadn't got on the train yet of we don't exchange gifts at all yet until we meet each other. Hadn't got on that train yet. But we had a date planned. Booked a nice hotel. She was from LA, so we were meeting somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
And she was like, Daddy, all I want is a PlayStation 5 and you can fuck me in the ass.
Oh, goodness. That's
Ding,
a
ding,
big
ding,
trade-off.
ding. That's what you want? That's some dude in his mom's basement wanting that.
Well, if he would have showed up, he would have got a PlayStation 5.
Well, you had it?
Totally had it.
Oh my God.
I went up there. I mean, we had been chatting for a while. And I went up there and she basically ghosted a couple of hours before we were supposed to meet. Didn't respond to anything. But I was up there and I was like, man, you know what? This is the nicest hotel. It was right on the beach in like Laguna Beach. And I'm like, this is the nicest hotel I've had in a long time.
So you guys had texted back and forth. Had you ever video chatted?
I don't think we did.
You don't even know if it was really a woman or
I
not.
don't know if this was so much a scammer or just somebody that just got cold feet.
Yeah, I'd sent them quite a bit of DoorDash. And
Yeah.
it was always meals for 2 people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a scammer.
Yeah. Okay.
One of my best learning experiences.
Well-
that I will not give anything until we meet
Yeah.
in person.
No, sometimes we need those mistakes to actually sink in and learn from them.
Definitely.
Happens.
Okay, so you're 47.
Yep.
How tall are you?
I don't know. I don't measure.
You know how tall
5'7",
you are.
5'7"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a short king too.
Little bit. He's just under average.
Yeah.
Short King is like 5'4".
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember when Kimmy got with one of the twin brothers in L.A.?
Oh, yes.
He's like 5'2".
Yeah, weren't they like or something?
Yeah.
And they had their own show.
Well, that pretty much gives them away.
Well, I can bleep this out if that's. I
Well,
mean, why?
Hey, we didn't say a name.
We didn't say a name.
Very easy to figure out. But yeah, she was with one of the twin brothers who were. Yeah, all you got to
And
do
how
is
tall was he?
like 5'2". 5'2" or 5'3".
Goodness, I'm 5'3".
No taller than that. I've seen the show, and everybody in his office towers over him. But, you know, he walks like he's 6'7". He's got a 6'7" personality.
Okay,
right.
on your profile on Seeking, do you put 5'7"?
I put 5'8".
You put
Okay.
5'8"?
Yeah.
Do you think girls pass you over just because you're not over 6 foot or whatever?
Traditional dating apps, 100%.
Yeah.
On traditional.
Yeah.
Seeking, they're not as concerned about that because there's something in it for them. And why would you pass over somebody just because they're a couple inches lower than maybe what you prefer? You don't know what really nice financial benefit that you're passing up.
Yeah.
That's why I like Seeking. 'Cause I always push it a little too. I'm 5'9". I used to be closer to 5'10". I'm getting shorter as I'm getting older.
It happens.
But I still put 5'10", even though last time I measured, I was getting closer to 5'9".
I don't measure, so I'm not a liar.
There you go. What did George Costanza say? If you believe it, then it's true.
It's true.
Then it's not a lie. Okay, so you got on Seeking in October, and so you've had a couple of experiences. Any really good experiences come out of that yet?
Great experiences. The
Like
funny
what?
thing is, since I've been on Seeking, me and my ex-wife have gotten back together, done some therapy within that time. So there was a break for me.
Okay.
Delete the account. But when I came back, but even before that, I did have this great young lady that we were just doing PPM, you know, because she didn't really know if she wanted something exclusive or all that sort of stuff. So we were just doing PPM, and that was probably one of the most successful good stories
How long did you see her?
for about 2 months.
And what's the going rate for PPM in California?
You act like you don't know.
I really don't. What going rate for me?
Yeah, what's your preferred?
What did she ask?
I give up 400. I give up 400.
Okay. You know, because I talk about rates, some of the episodes and Extra Sugars, and man, I'll tell you what, it fires off people's comments. Like they start, oh my God, I would never go out with somebody for this amount, what you're talking about. And other people are like, yeah, sign me up. Where do I sign up, right, for that amount? So it's all over the board, and it depends on what part of the country you're in. There are so many factors that go into a PPM. Everybody has unique wants and needs. And I was telling people, I had a 2.5-year arrangement relationship with a girl, and all she asked for was $300 a week so she could fund her online shopping habit because she had a really good job. This was just extra money for her that she could use for her online shopping habit.
Beautiful.
You know, and then Alejandra is much more expensive because she's not working. She's going to school. She needs a lot more financial support, and, you know, and she's a doll and absolutely worth it. So everybody is different.
Yep.
But here seems like in Arizona, the going rate, and that's in quotes, is what would you say, Lily? 400 to 600?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a fair amount.
That's what most people offer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was exactly what Wednesday night was.
Yeah. So
Right in the middle.
has
Wednesday night in
Kimmy's
Sedona?
gotten $1,000.
Were you in Sedona?
Here in Phoenix.
Oh, you were here in Phoenix?
Oh,
And
you met somebody here?
Yes, sir. Yes.
How'd that go?
Amazing. She was great. Yeah.
What was her name? I've started the sugar baby world could be kind of small. Like we start finding connecting like, oh yeah, I met that girl.
She's newer, actually.
Oh, she's newer?
Yeah. Yeah.
It does turn over quite a bit.
Yeah, she was super cool. Very interesting.
how old was she?
32.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good age.
The dream girl, which I was hoping to hook up with last night, was 40.
Really?
I really liked her. I think she either got cold feet. I think she got cold feet. She was new as well. She seemed like she only had her account for a month or two.
Well, here's the deal. So I've been on almost 8 years now, and there's some girls I've seen the entire 8 years. Mm-hmm. But I looked the other day, there was this girl that I met 8 years ago, and it said that she's only been on since March of this year, only a couple months or a month.
Yeah.
A lot of times their profile gets a little stale.
Right.
So they'll delete it, start a new one, and then everybody thinks, oh, here's a new one. And they'll change their profile pictures, and all of a sudden they get all these content. Because I would never even clicked on her profile because I already know what she's about.
Right.
But there was like a new photo, and it looked like a new account. I clicked on it and was like, it's this girl again.
So do you filter
same
by
girl.
age when you're looking on Seeking?
Yes.
What's your age range?
21 to 40,
Yeah.
42. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And then kind of go from there. Because right now, I have this 21-year-old that goes to USC. That shouldn't, no, it doesn't matter.
It's a big campus.
That's a pretty big campus.
Yeah.
And she's super cool. You know, she's pretty mature. She's fun to hang around. We vibe on a lot of different things. And that one's a little bit different. I mean, she doesn't want anything.
Really? And you met
Nothing.
her on Seeking?
I met her on Seeking. Yeah.
You'll find those, they're more on the rare side because there is a reason that they signed up for the site, and that's usually because of the financial support that it offers.
Hers is just discretion and no strings attached.
And she's probably looking for a
Bisexual, I guess. And her last relationship was with a young lady. And I think she's still kind of heartbroken from that.
really.
And so I'm the daddy rebound, I guess. Maybe that should be the name. Daddy
Now, did she
Rebound.
have something?
Daddy Rebound.
Did she have something in her profile that indicated that? Or how did you get to that point where you found out she really wasn't looking for anything financial?
I definitely ask.
You asked.
Yeah. Because that's another thing. I'm not really strong on the PPM thing, except for like if I'm coming into town. Yeah, totally. Because
Right.
yeah, I'm not going to.
I mean, you did the escort thing, so it's not that foreign of a concept to you,
No, not at all.
to be generous.
Yeah.
Well, when somebody, because of I've had a bad experience with somebody who didn't want anything financial, unquote. To me, that's almost a red flag because I'm like, well, why are you here?
Yeah.
This is the site where some financial needs are met or helped with. But in my situation where she didn't want anything financial because she had her own money, she just wanted some gifts.
Yes.
Which added up to about $5,000 when it was all said and done. And then she gave me a fake address, and sayonara, she was gone.
Oh, that's right. That's scammer
But
girl.
she told me in the very beginning, oh, I don't need anything financial. I'm not looking for your money. I've got my own money. I got a great job, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. But it made sense because she said, I like the site because there's a lot more successful men on here, and I'm not finding those anywhere else. So that's why I'm using the site. Okay, makes sense to me. I'm in. Yeah. Until I look at my credit card bill and I go, I can't believe I was so stupid.
Let me ask you guys about this because you brought up the topic of gifts. And I've been helping a few women with their profiles, and a lot of them have the wish list. And I tried that wish list for a while, and I didn't like it, and I just eliminated it. Only because I did get a couple of gifts off my wish list, but it was only from the sugar daddy I was seeing at the time. He picked out a couple of things and sent them to me, and they were kind of crappy. They look good when you're going through, but then One was like a lingerie and it arrived and the strap was broken.
Oh,
and
really?
then one was a handbag and it was kind of cheap and
Well, Alejandra got,
not nice.
I think a guy sent her flowers off her wish list, and then she ended up giving them to her mom. So she re-gifted them. But flowers, I mean, that's
I
nice.
just want to know, women out there, is that wish list thing working out for you? Because I thought it was stupid. I don't even have a wish list on mine anymore.
I know girls are getting things off their wish list. Yeah.
That they like.
I don't know if they
Have you ever sent somebody something off their wish
No,
list?
Absolutely not. First of all, it's overpriced.
Have you, Andy, the how-to guy?
Definitely not, because
No.
it's overpriced. And
Yeah, and I don't know who I'm sending this to.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
no, I'd rather just give
I mean,
them
what if
cash.
Seeking themselves put the gift list together, fake profile, and they're just sending, keeping
Yeah.
the money?
Well, I
That's
mean,
a little too far. That's how I think.
Seeking
You know
is
what,
obviously
though?
getting a cut off of it.
That could happen.
Yeah.
That could definitely
Totally
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not saying that's how it works, but
No, not at all.
it's all speculation.
Not at
And after being scammed so many times, I'm open to any conspiracy theory at this point. Yeah, and after being on other sugar daddy websites where Alejandra, I got messages from Alejandra, and I go, "Hey, I got a message from you," and she says, "I didn't send that."
Oh,
I think that's crazy.
Yeah, and what the site was doing, and it was Secret Benefits or sugardaddy.com, same site. When she looked at a profile, it would send a message to that person, like a pre-scripted message.
I would be very annoyed.
I was annoyed
If I
because
was
you have to pay to read
sending
those messages.
but I wasn't really sending messages.
Yeah.
That's exactly why they do it too.
oh.
Yeah, because it's a pay
You
per
have to
message
pay
type
for
deal.
the
Yeah.
message. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I've never really reached out to them to become advertiser of the show, is because I don't really approve of the way it works. Now, there have been some matches on there, Trucker and Lily,
Yeah.
and it's worked out, but it's not my go-to site. Have you looked at it or even seen it?
Nope.
Or have you looked at any other sugar dating sites or just Seeking?
Not at all.
I know.
Yeah.
They kind of
Yeah.
got a monopoly on the market.
I've been very satisfied with the interactions and the people that I've met from
Yeah.
Seeking. Yeah.
Yeah. So are you currently seeing anybody?
The 21-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah. We've been together a couple times. Probably we have a date lined up next weekend after.
Yeah. How do you like to structure your meet and greets for the first time that you meet them?
I think it depends on our conversations and whatnot, but usually just try to get to a drink, whether it be a coffee shop or a bar or something like that.
Yeah.
As the first meet and greet. Or I'm also comfortable with as long as we can FaceTime and spend some time on FaceTime and
Yeah.
really get to know.
Lily and I FaceTimed before we met. I don't do that with a lot of people, though.
Yeah.
I like to roll the dice. I like just to show up and see what shows up.
I tried really hard to insist on a video chat because if I was going to meet somebody, I knew I was going to have to drive.
Right.
Because I wasn't meet and greeting anybody in my little hometown.
Yes.
So, yeah, I like to try to get a video chat in there before I would
If there's
take
time
the leap
between,
of faith.
yeah, if there's that travel time, definitely.
The funny thing is, Lily's FaceTimed with people, and they seemed okay.
Then I met him in person. I was like, oh, whoa.
Did you put filters on that FaceTime?
And it does now. FaceTime kind of auto filters.
Yeah.
Lily actually was on Zoom, I think, with us, and you had all kinds of filters
Oh, I
on
was
there.
playing with those.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, I told you to take them off. I like the real Lily. Yeah. Well, I would suggest, if you haven't already figured it out, is on meet and greets, do not plan an entire date or dinner.
Oh, no.
Because when you get stuck with a person that you're immediately not interested in for the entire evening, it's excruciating.
Yes. Yes.
So I learned that in the beginning. I was really naive in 2016 when I started. I was like, oh, yeah, let's meet for sushi. We'll have some drinks at this restaurant and then do this afterwards. And then as soon as they showed up, I'm like, I made a big mistake here.
What are you looking for as a sugar daddy? Are you looking to have just one person long term? Are you looking to kind of play the field? What point are you at? Because I know you're probably not ready for another marriage since you have had problems with that in the past, and you say, are you wanting to reconnect with your ex-wife? You said you went to therapy with her.
And talked to her this morning, yes.
Do you wish that could work out, or do you want to close that chapter?
No, there's still quite a bit of hope inside of me. I love that woman. We have a strong connection.
What's causing it not to work?
Trust.
Trust. Your part or her part?
Yes.
Yes, both.
Yes, right?
And you guys don't trust each other.
We were in a arrangement, you know what I mean? Like, this is the funny thing, is that we had an unspoken arrangement, and we couldn't talk about the arrangement of, my job is to completely provide.
Right.
And she came into the relationship with a son that I knew, she was pregnant when I met her, and I knew I was going to be taking care of this family. Mm-hmm. And at the time I wasn't making as much money, and I was like, this is what I can provide. And then bills would come up and she wouldn't take care of them. And I like to throw shit and break shit and just get angry or quiet as well. And so one night I blew up and she took off with a decent amount of cash. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what the fuck? Bring the money back. You were just gone for one night. It's gone. Okay.
Where did it go?
We still don't know, Marcus.
Really? I know where the money went that my ex-wife took, to the damn lawyer.
That was the first time. And then there was like noticing like, a few bucks missing out of my pocket every morning for a while, over 6 years.
Does she have a drug problem?
And I thought nothing of it really. I spent the money at the coffee shop when I was with the guys, or this and that, for 6 years, I thought. And then it finally came out that she had been taking money out of my wallet every day for whatever. No. Drug problem? No.
Gambling?
Do you think she was stashing it in case the relationship dissolved and she needed to get by?
I mean, that might have been a thought, but it's not what she did.
Mm-hmm.
You still don't know what she did with it?
No idea. Then there was a bigger amount of money when I was like, okay, we're going to trust each other. You're going to help. She was in the legal field. You're going to help me incorporate the business, because it wasn't incorporated at the time. And she did all that paperwork and put herself on the checking account. And the day that she was on the checking account, it was emptied. She emptied the business bank account.
Why do you want to work it out with this woman?
The sex is wonderful.
It doesn't matter. You can have mind-blowing sex with someone else, sir. You don't need this woman.
Why are all the crazy women the best in bed, huh? He's laughing over here.
Oh goodness.
No. Yeah. She called me Wednesday when I was on my way out from Phoenix, and we hadn't talked in a little while. And she was just telling me she had some money problems. She needed some help with get the car registered, blah, 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 blah. And as soon as she starts in on this is how works. Immediately start getting hard.
Yeah.
I need a little bit of help. I'd really like to reconnect.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
You were her savior. Yeah.
So with that said, I definitely love new companionship, meeting new people, having new experiences. And this has been a great way to do it because the arrangement, it's discreet. As discreet as we want it to be. Mm-hmm. We talk about everything pretty much up front. We find out different things maybe down the road. If there's a bigger connection, there's a bigger connection.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty upfront about that. Like I'm pretty closed off.
How many people you think you've met off of Seeking?
Maybe 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a friend of mine sent me a text the other day. He knows exactly what I'm doing. And he's like, hey, my girlfriend's friend would like to talk to you.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't even found out how old she is, but I'm guessing she's in her 20s. Mm-hmm. And he sent me a picture and her phone number, and I text her, and she was all about it. We haven't talked about any
See,
type
it's funny.
of arrangement.
When women find out that there's something in it for them financially, you become much more interesting. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, they're trying to find you. That's a different twist, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's talked about, Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Well, very good. Lily, you're just got this blank stare like, okay.
It sounds like he likes to provide and be the knight in shining armor, so he has no problem with it.
Yeah.
Rescuing those damsels in distress.
So kind of reminded me of a date I had off of Bumble during COVID. So this lady, she was an Italian lady, and she was close to my age. Actually, she was in her late 40s, I think. And my girlfriend and I, my sugar baby and I, just broke up. So I really didn't have anything else to talk about. Like I'd been seeing this girl for 2.5 years. So conversations would somehow lead back to that relationship. And, maybe we're talking about something and I'd use an example. I didn't realize I was doing it. But anyway, she looked at me and she goes, just to let you know, because she was recently divorced and she got a lot of money in her divorce, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, just so you know, you don't need to save me. I can see how you saved your other girls, but I don't need saving, right? And I'm like, man, I'm not trying to save you, but anyway, that was a very interesting experience or a different kind of interaction. But where I was leading with that is Alejandra loves being in her feminine, my current sugar baby.
Yeah.
She loves being in her feminine role when she's around me, but she's met a girl on Bumble that she's kind of wanting to test out the other side a little bit, just have fun, with a little bit of the other side. And she's totally out of her comfort zone, but she is finding herself as being the dominant role with this girl.
Wow.
Because the girl is very feminine.
Yeah.
And she goes, I really like it, but damn, it's expensive. Because now this girl wants to go to Toca Madera. She wants to go to a spa day. And Alejandra feels like she's got to treat her to all these things. And she's like, hey, can you advance my allowance? Because this is getting expensive.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that weird? So
that would be so weird for me.
She's kind of like, I feel like I'm this girl's, even though this girl has a really good job, she's like, I feel like I'm the provider.
Yeah.
It's really funny as we're watching this unfold. So they're supposed to meet, I think, tomorrow at Toca Madera. And then they're supposed to spend some time in Sedona on Sunday.
Have they video chatted? Have they met?
Oh, no, they've met.
They've met face to face.
Yeah, they've actually hung out twice.
Okay.
And she showed me photos of her and videos of her. Wow. Like, Marcus approves.
Oh, my goodness.
She is a doll.
So
I'm hoping
they're going to
they
dinner.
can kind of bring it all together.
They're going to dinner tonight and then
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
And then they're going to Sedona on Sunday?
Yeah.
Are they staying over?
I think so.
Oh my goodness. This is getting interesting.
Yeah. So Alejandra's been brushing up on the OMG Yes program that we talk about on how to pleasure a woman properly. Oh, here's something really funny. So Alejandra spent the night last night and we're laying there and I start hearing what sounds like porn on her phone. I can see her phone lit up. And I go, what are you doing? She goes, I'm watching lesbian porn. I got to brush up. I don't know what to do.
Oh my gosh.
So I go, let me see that. And she goes, oh, this girl's riding her leg. Like, why would you ride her leg? I'm like, Alejandra, there's all kinds of ways. Anyway.
It's called scissoring, Alejandra.
Yeah, I know. So we'll give you guys an update. I don't know what led to that, but anyway, it was just something funny that happened.
Well, gosh, we're about out of time. Is there anything else you want to share with us before we call it an episode?
Not that I can think of.
Any nightmares that you've shown up on or dates have you gone out with that just went terribly wrong? Or are you still just so new and you haven't had that?
It wasn't, the terrible one was being stood up.
Yeah.
And the whole thing leading up to that. And then, like last night, having a date and them having a pretty lame excuse for not showing up in my book.
What was the lame excuse?
Something was wrong with her eye. It happened yesterday, but she thought she would be okay.
Oh, goodness.
I think I've got that one. I think,
It's probably the same girl.
Maybe. I've heard some really lame excuses.
And then did she just ghost you after that?
She hasn't responded since last night. I just sent 2 messages. That wasn't cool. Just communicate. I really, appreciate open communication.
Yeah.
But I hope you get well. That's it.
I mean, not worth going into, right?
No.
I was supposed to meet this super hot girl. We'd already met once, and she was absolutely drop dead gorgeous. And we had this pretty good meet and greet, but it was a little awkward. We met over like at a bar, Thirsty Lion, actually.
Okay.
And then later she's like, we were supposed to meet again. And she's like, hey, I don't think this is going to work and blah, blah, blah. I go, hey, that's fine. No problem.
Yeah.
Move on. I just left it at that. Then she contacts me like 2 weeks later. She goes, you know what I was thinking? I rushed into that. I really do like you. I think we should try it. And we're like, great, let's do it. Let's meet again. I was supposed to meet her at 6:30, and I was at an event, and I rushed home from this event, got in the shower. I'm all dressed. It's like 15 minutes to drive to the location. It's like 6:15. I'm about to drive to the location. Her thing's at 6:30. I message her. I go, hey, just got out of the shower. I'm on my way. I don't hear anything. At 6:30, but I never left the house because I was like, I have got no confirmation.
Yeah.
So at 6:30 or 6:35, she messages me and says, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm stuck at an event in West Phoenix. I'm not going to make it. Okay, we were supposed to meet at 6:30.
Yeah.
There's
You're just
nothing-
now sending that to me?
Yeah.
I was done with her.
There's nothing I hate more than lack of communication.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I texted Marcus twice and said, we're recording on Monday this week. Do I cancel for Thursday or no? And he still hasn't answered
And Marcus
me.
read the message. It's because I'm sitting there thinking, do I want to record? I should have said, I'm not sure yet. But I was sitting there thinking, okay, I need to give her a yes or no answer, and I don't know yet.
Oh, okay. I'm like, he is just ignoring me. I need to know. This is part of my job. I need to know. Otherwise, because I know when you don't show up, they charge you anyway.
Yeah, no, we'll figure
And
it out.
I'm out of town, so I just didn't know if you were going to still do it.
On his own.
Yeah. Communication is key.
Yes.
If somebody asks you something, please respond. And if you don't know, just say, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, it's a lot of unanswered questions thinking that maybe there was a better option, right?
Yeah.
That's the one that kind of goes through the head. Or, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And if she's new, maybe it really was a case of cold feet, but still, lame excuse.
It's okay. I had a quote. Would it be okay to share a quote here?
Yeah.
We can finish on that. Absolutely.
Let's hear it. We're always ready to be inspired.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'll at least share it here. So Leo Roston was a writer, and one of his quotes that was pulled out, it says, I think the purpose of life is to be useful, to be responsible, to be honorable, to be compassionate. It is, after all, to matter, to count, to stand for something, to have made some difference, that you lived at all.
Very good.
I like it.
I live by that,
Good.
even within this realm of dating. Is that I just want to make a difference in the lives of the people that I meet, no matter what it is.
Yeah. Well, I'll end with one of my favorite quotes, which I have to think about a lot because I find myself not doing it. But even though this is sugar relationships, they're still relationships and there's still feelings involved. We still care for that other person. And many times we fall in love with that other person. But whether it's sugar dating, regular dating, vanilla dating, civilian dating, whatever you want to call it, you must love that person in a way that that person feels free. And that's what's going to make it work. So it's an age-old saying, but it's timeless and it never changes. So
You know who's really good at that?
me and
Trucker.
Yeah, that's why it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like I can just be myself and
That's
I'm
what it
so
allows.
comfortable and he doesn't have major expectations of me. And everything I do is just great. He compliments me 1,000,000 times a day.
Yep.
And it's genuine. He really means it. I love that about him.
And it doesn't mean that you don't care and that you still don't want to be disrespected and you still want a reasonable relationship. But as long as you're loving that person the way the person you love feels free, that is the rock, the foundation of the relationship.
Yeah.
All right.
Love that.
Well, if you guys want to share your crazy sugar dating stories, go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. Now, did you write in or how did you contact us? Did you go to our website or?
I think I talked to Lily on Seeking.
Oh, you talked to.
Oh, that's
Is that how you guys
right.
connected?
That is right.
Yeah, she was in the kitchen with an apron on, and I commented on that. I didn't really know that that was her. And I just said,
That's
this is the
actually-
hottest picture in Seeking I've ever seen.
There you go.
Yes, people think that I can, I can cook. I'm not a baker though. But when we were in Positano, when I was in Positano with Podcast Fanboy, we took a cooking lesson and learned authentic Italian cooking.
Yay.
And I had a really cool picture of that and I just cropped my face out and Apparently, a lot of people like that photo.
Okay, so either go to our website or go to Seeking and find Lily if you're a,
Go
you're a
find
sugar
Lily.
daddy. Yeah, that's a great way to get in touch with us. We'd always love a follow on Instagram, same name, Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Oh, and YouTube, we'll put a link to it. We have a YouTube channel, and I'm very, very close to monetizing it. I have to get so many subscribers, so many views, and we're almost there. So if you could go follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube. We do put all the podcasts on YouTube now. They have a podcast section, so you can listen to it there also.
That's
And
right.
finally, do not forget to go to patreon.com/Secrets of a Sugar Daddy podcast. We want your vote. So put your vote on our poll about our next party. And then, of course, we'd love to have you as a VIP member of the show. All right, Andy, the how-to guy. Once again, thank you for joining us in our studio.
Thanks for having me.
Lovely having you here. And Lily, as always, you got the gold shiny
The
boots on
shiny
today.
gold boots.
So
Yes, I do.
Oh, I love this outfit. I didn't even comment on it in the beginning, but amazing.
Thank you.
So we'll put a picture of Lily's outfit as usual on our Patreon. You'll get to see that. It's not on Instagram. It's nowhere else to be seen except on Patreon. So you're going to want to see that.
And I'll put a picture of my beautiful crystal gift that Andy brought me back from Sedona
Oh, that's right.
on the Patreon.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Okay. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.